Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, and coming at you with my second Ultra League Premier Classic team. And this one took me a while to get to because I started with Charizard team, and I just couldn't make it work. Charizard is just little like too glassy, and you add the flying type helps you not be weak to ground, but it also hits neutral now from the Walrein, so kind of a trade-off there. Uh, and then I tried one with Typhlosion. Both were good ideas, and they probably could work on the right teams. I just couldn't get them to work on my team. So I lost like a ton of yellow yesterday, and I was getting into today, and I was like, okay, I just need a team that's gonna get me some yellow back. So I built it around Swampert because what was I seeing? Because everyone's building for Walrein Trevenant, and Crobat has snuck up, and everyone's using Crobat now. So I looked at the Crobat counters, and I first ran a Crobat counter team, which was Swampert, Walrein, Magnezone. Double weak to fighting in the back. But then what I realized is, like Swampert gets like a Shadow Machamp, but I can just like farm down. So I needed something that had that wasn't as double weak to fighting, but still had some coverage for Crobat. So I used Amok. So Amok, I started with Dark Pulse, Snarl, Dark Pulse. You're going to see Snarl at the beginning. But what I found is that you're still like, if you get like a Machamp, you're in trouble because Dark is resisted. So I changed that to Poison Jab, Acid Spray. And that worked out a lot better. And then I went on it's so funny because I went on like a 4-game win streak. I'm like, okay, that's enough footage. Time for the next team. So it's so funny. Like once I find a team that actually works and I get enough videos for, I like stop playing with it, which is counterintuitive, but that's how it is being a YouTuber. So let's look at these battles to see how it played out here. So Swampert into Toxicroak. So good lead. Again, Toxicroak is another one I've seen a lot of now. Because they're trying to get something that can counter Walrein, right? Because they're not everywhere, but they're still around. They snuck in a counter there, which is not good. The problem is, like, I'm running a Shadow Swampert. Everyone always asks me, like, can you just run the non-Shadow version? Or if you have a normal version, can you run the Shadow? The answer is always yes. It really does not affect the team too much. So I am able to take that out, which is good. Out comes an Obstagoon. So I'm like, okay. I'm wondering if this is when I still had Poison Jab on it or Snarl on it. We'll find out. So I'm like, okay, let's stay in here. I may shield. Yeah, I think I'm shielding because I realized that I need to hit a move with this one here because I think that I don't think I can do it well with my Muk. So I'm guessing I still have Snarl here. Yeah, so this one I still have Snarl Sludge Wave. And I think like this was kind of the match. I was like, oh, I have nothing to go in against Obstagoon with. And then same thing happened with Machamp in one of the other matches. So that's when I switched. So they end up focus blasting me here. And I overtap, even though I had the move. And I'm like, okay, let's just come in here. I can take this out. And then I was like, no, I don't want the Obstagoon to come in and just straight farm because it's already got half health. So I'm going to let this go for the aggressive farm down here, get to a move here to take out the Obstagoon because I don't think that one Ice Shot could have taken it out. So I didn't want Icicle Spear to take it out. So I decided just to go there. So terribly played, still got the win. But I think that's when I kind of switched up the Poison Jab, or maybe it's here. So good lead here. Maybe these ones will get out quicker. Snorlax. So the problem with this, it's not a problem. Nope, this one's still Snarl. So one more with Snarl. And then the Poison Jab later. The problem with this team, to a certain extent. So Muk is an interesting pick. I loved it as a safe swap. I still love it as a safe swap. Because even in most of these matchups, running Poison Jab, Acid Spray, Dark Pulse, you still have coverage for so much. So it's still good in that perspective. And if you get a Trevenant on it, you're golden. Everyone was running the Trevenant Walrein core at the beginning. That's dropped off so substantially since. I don't know why. So if you get a Trevenant, you're okay. You lose a Walrein because if they bait you once an Earthquake, Earthquake will one-shot you. And then just like there's so many fighters, which causes you problems because That's why I switched to poison jab. And then like there's just like Swampert will cause you problems, and Excadrill causes you problems. So there's just like a lot out there right now that will cause you problems. Um, so I still like it as a safe swap, but it's not like a must play anymore for me, quite honestly. I almost like dropped it and just ran with these two plus something else, but it does work. Um, so and then Walrein is a beast. The problem is a lot of people are running counter Walrein, like literally just counters. Surfetch I saw a lot. Toxicroak I've already seen twice here. Obstagoon's running a lot. So you can still run it, but just be aware that there's a lot more out there. So just pair it with something that can deal with it. As you can see, like Walrein took out my Walrein. Good news is I have an Earthquake already stored. One Icicle Spear is not going to take me out here, and one Hydro will take this out from this range. And then so Swampert is pretty solid. Like there are a lot of things that will cause you problems. Like Walrein is a hard loss here. I just had a huge energy advantage that I'm able to take it out. Obviously the Venusaurs, but I put it in for the Crobat specifically because you get those two Gyarados. Gyarados is an issue, so I gotta go into Muk as a safe swap. This is where I'm running Poison Jab, and here we go. This is perfect because I would have been in big trouble. I would have had to throw the Sludge. It's an easy shield once farm down all the way, safe situation. But now, because I got the Poison Jab, Acid Spray combo here, they're now going to be 4 times lowered here. That one what Muk is a little not tanky, but it's like watch this. Oh, it's Hyper Beam. Never mind. I got beamed twice today. I remember that. So I was like, they're 4 times lowered. I'm just gonna go for the extremely, extremely aggressive farm down because I can because they're lowered so much. I'm still gonna have to swap out immediately into Gyarados, and I'm hit with a Muk. So I built up to the Earthquake. I think I called this first one thinking they're going to Acid Spray me, and they do. I would expect them to just do what I did, just go Poison Jab, Acid Spray all the way down. My only win condition is to get this on the Gyarados. So what I have to do is essentially burn out the clock here. So I'm just throwing Icicle Spears, trying to burn out the clock so that I can come back in and throw an Earthquake and then just start Hydroing. They actually let this go thinking Gyarados is their win condition. So I'm trying to get out of there. I can't get out of there right away, so I'm throwing this here. Because if this lands, it's probably now just within Hydro Cannon range. Because I've got back-to-back here, and I'm a Shadow, so those Hydros will add up way too quickly. So they shield up the first. I've already got a second, so I'm going basically back-to-back-to-back here with 3 in a row. They double shield knowing that they pretty much have to. I now have 2 shields. They got to go for the aggressive farm down. They cannot get it because they need to come out with a ton of energy. I am dry on Walrein. Obviously it doesn't take it out, but it puts it pretty low. That are now within Powder Snow range. They have 2 shields, so I'm not even going to... I have 2 shields. I have 2 shields, so I'm not even going to throw... I just need to try and get to the fast move. I just need to try and fast move this down. They throw back to back, and that takes it out. Swampert into Crobat. So this is good. This is where we want to see it. You resist the poison. The problem is, if they're smart, and I remember this matchup, they are smart, you just build up the Shadow Ball. Because I can take a Poison Fang bait, that's no problem. I cannot take a Shadow Ball. Because I'm Shadow, and they bait me with the Poison Fang. So already this is a rough situation. Out comes the Walrein. I'm going to hit this with the Earthquake just to try and do huge chip damage. If not, am I smart to go into my Walrein, or is this one I make the mistake and go into? Okay, so I do go into my Walrein. It's now going to come down. 2 Earthquakes is what it takes to take the other one out. So I shield up the first one, assuming that they're not going to bait, and they don't. So that's good. I'm going to hit it back with an Earthquake here. They let it go. I think we just trade Earthquakes back and forth, and I think it eventually takes me out, if I remember. Let's see. Hit me with the Earthquake. I hit them back, but I think they shield and then Earthquake me back. or do they bank it and then leave? So this, I always hate these mirror matches because I mean, oh, and then I come here maybe thinking I can snipe with a Hydro, because Hydro would put this pretty low that I could be within like just farm down range with a poison jab, and then they come with the Obstagoon. So this isn't terrible because now I can hit this as do some chip damage. It still only does like 50%. Obstagoon's pretty thick. I want to run with Obstagoon soon. Um, so this one's a cross up. So as you can see, like the cross up does not do much. I guess it is a non-stab move, so it's not surprising that it doesn't do a ton, especially to a Muck in neutral situation here. I will be able to take this out by farming down. I was supposed to say I'm going to let it go, but I have no shields anyway, so I will come out with energy. They don't have a shield either. I need to get to a Dark Pulse to take this out, and the amount of I need to learn how to count. I need to learn how to count because there are so many times today that I built up more energy and got hit with the move. And I needed to get that off so that I could put pressure on this. But now they get to an Earthquake and they're able to take me out with an Icicle Spear before I get, and I had the move and I go down with it. Like, a lot of misplays. And I was one away. They were going to take me out anyways, but really, really bad plays all around there. Yeah, not much, not much you can do when I'm playing like that, but it's okay. Swampert and 2 Trevenants. So terrible lead. Muk is your safe swap, and they come in with Typhlosion. So with this one, I'm just going to hit them with the Dark Pulse because they are pretty fragile. Like I said, I've played with it already, and it's pretty fragile. I got 1 shield, and I have a Swampert, so I'm not going to even bother with the second one. A Blast Burn does not take me out, and they go for the full Incinerate down. So I get to a second one, and I guess they thought I was going for the Acid Spray bait because they let it go, and now they are down 2v1 shields. I have Switch, and they just say, no thank you, I'm out of here. So I will take that matchup with a tough lead. Poliwrath. Poliwrath is tough because I can't... So I think Poliwrath is one of the other reasons I switched my team up because... again, this isn't amazing because the Dynamic Punches are going to hurt, and the Mud... I don't know if it's a mud shot or mud something is hurting on the front end, but it does very, very well against both Pokemon and my friend Pokemon. So they come in with their own Muck. I'm just going to chip this with Dark Pulses just because if I do chip it with Dark Pulse, it's now within 1 Hydro Cannon range instead of like baiting with the Poison Acid Spray. So I'd rather just put it within 1 Hydro Cannon range. Hit me with the Dark Pulse. I'm just going to save that just in case I need it later. They don't have anything they can throw at me, right? Dark Pulse is resisted, and Dark Pulse is not resisted because I am not a fighter. I am a... So again, another overtap there. Not overtap, just being stupid. So Dark Pass does hurt. I will come out with 2 moves here. So this one will take it out, and then I will have a move to throw if I want. See what they come in with. Right, the Poliwrath. So I think I'm going to... I know an Ice Punch will take me out, so even though it looks like another dumb play, Ice Punch is not going to take me out. I hit them with the Hydro. I think I now may just have to come immediately into... or try and get another one off. I do not get another one off. They have 2 shields still. Come in here, lower their defense, because I'm hoping what happens here is that they try to farm me down, and they do, but that puts them low enough that I could get off this. This Dynamic Punch is going to hurt, so I have to shield. And there is the Crobat. Finally get the alignment. Have back-to-back Icicle Spears. This one does not take it out, which is surprising because it is a Shadow, but it just survives. They can't get to a Shadow Ball, so they can only just throw the Poison Fang for some chip damage. And now this allows me to get to 2 Icicle Spears to take this out for the win. So work around a pretty tricky lead there. Good alignment with the Crobat in the back there. I have a level 40 Crobat that when best buddied gets to 2500. So I'm just currently trying to best buddy that. It's not going to be done before this, but Heracross lead. So it's half bug, so these mudshots are resisted. But I'm going to get to the hydros pretty quick, so I'm going to just start launching one. I'm going to immediately bank it and come in here and just start getting ahead on energy. Have no idea what the moves are, so I'm just going to shield. And it is a close combat, so that's a good shield by not knowing what's happening. Problem with this Poison Jab Acid Spray Dark Pulse with the Walrein is that you need 2 plus Dark Pulses here. And I guess between the Poison Jabs and Dark Pulse, you can just do 1. Earthquake will take me out, so I'm going to shield it, and they do actually do that. I think my thought process was, I'm down 2v1, and if I was down 2v, like if my opponent only had 1 shield left, I would also go for the nuke to try to grab the last shield. They tried to overfarm there for a bit, and now they got hit with an acid spray. I then try and catch the icicle spear, and I do catch it successfully. Oh, it's an earthquake, so I caught the earthquake, which is fine. They come with the Heracross just to get farmed down. I guess just to immediately reset. And out comes the Trevenant, which is interesting. I guess because they just threw the move, they were dry on energy, so they came with the Trevenant, but now they're in a losing matchup there, and I can just Hydro back end. So yeah, that was a weird play. I think this may be one of the last ones. Mirror match. Love the mirror matches, because you always got to try and sneak in the extra one. You always build up to the Earthquake just in case, even though it doesn't really matter, because everyone just goes for the Hydro immediately. You almost rarely ever see someone go for the Earthquake right away. They get a move off. I think I pressed the button, so maybe I'll get the next Hydro off here. Yeah, so that's good, because it doesn't take him out, but it'll put him pretty low if they decide to not shield. They do not shield, so I may try and catch. Yeah, catch on the Walrein. 1 over. That's how you do it. Everyone's always going to try and one quick move, and then do it. And they come in with the Typhlosion. So I am going to survive a Blast Burn here. I think probably just go for the Earthquake, because there's no point of baiting, right? I get nothing of it. I'm not getting to another move. And they let it go. So that is huge. Out comes the Swampert, able to farm me down at the move. So then I come in and I farm down. I'll shield and farm, thinking that maybe the Swampert plus Poison Jab Muk can take it. They go for the Earthquake, which is an interesting play, and out comes a Machamp. So getting that extra little farm down there, I'm now able to go back-to-back Hydros here. And I think they knew that, because they let the first one go. I mean, they have to shield 1 anyways. But by this point, I could just come in and Poison Jab down. And this is why Poison Jab is good, because if I had to come and Snarl down, they probably would have gone back-to-back. They go for the Rock Slide, which is not the right move. Go for the Cross Chop there. And that is it. So that's the team. Swampert, I just want to showcase Swampert, because once Walrein and Trevenant came in, a lot of people said Swampert just like is no longer useful, because it loses to both of them, right? You lose hard to Trevenant, and you lose pretty decently to Walrein. So Swampert just kind of went sideways. So I'm just here to show you that it still has a lot of play. Just a lot of counter users, Crobat, so Escav, a lot of good play there. Walrein is very tanky, is very good in this league, wide coverage overall. And if you're going to run Muk, I think Poison Jab, Esper Spray is the way to go in this league. So that is it. I'm going to try a team tomorrow. I called it Crobat Hunting at start, but I ended up changing the team to something else. But it's got at least 1 Pokemon that's Crobat Hunting. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.